Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Yusri here from Creative VFX Studios, and today we will be covering B-roll. How to create a B-roll, sound control, as well as obviously color grading and sound effects. Okay, so for this we will need obviously any stock footage that you can muster up, any footage that you have. We will need sound effects. I will post a link in the description below as to where we can find sound effects, and also music. Music is very important. Music and sound consist of 50% of your video, and that is a big part in actually putting everything together. Okay, so I'll put the link in the description below as to where we can find royalty-free music and sound effects for you guys to use in your B-roll. Okay, as well as where you can find free stock footage, and or any other footage that you would like to use. So fire up Premiere Pro, and let's hop straight into it. Okay, cool guys. So once you fired up Premiere Pro, the first thing you need to do is obviously create a new project. Okay. So once you've done that, give it a name. So we'll call this B-roll tutorial. Alright, and then just click OK. And just wait for it to load. Now you will notice my workstation is a little bit different, so yours might look different than mine. Don't worry, that's all normal. Okay, so first things first, we obviously need to get our footage. Okay, so if you have footage already, make sure that you number the footage or name the footage in sequence that you want to use it. Okay, if you do not have any footage, okay, and you want to make use of stock footage just to try out and just to follow along with the tutorial, what you can do is you can head over to artgrid.io. Okay, this is a paid site. Okay, so here you can get stock footage. There's another one which you can use, and that is called pixels.com. Now pixels.com is a free stock footage um, or royalty free stock footage site where you can actually get any kind of footage that you want, whether it is photos or any royalty free footage that you can use in your YouTube videos. Okay, the next thing that you want to get obviously is sound effects. For that you can head over to mixkit.co. This is a platform that was developed by Envato Elements. It's a free platform for everyone to use. They do have 2 licenses that you have to adhere to. Okay, so if you head over to, let's say, videos for instance, okay, there's 2 licenses that they would like you to adhere to, and that's obviously the free license, which as you can see here can be used in YouTube videos, social media marketing, online marketing, etc. And then there's the restricted license, which is for non-commercial projects. So that's for your own personal use that you're not allowed to post on any social media or any YouTube video or anything like that. Okay, so if you head over to mixkit.co, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see there's the option for sound effects and music. You can go ahead and go find your sound effects and your music there, what you will need for your B-roll. Okay, once you've gotten your footage and once you've gotten your audio sound effects and everything is set, head over back to Premiere Pro and let's start importing our footage. So I've already ordered mine in a manner of which I will be able to use it. So let me just import that, and I'll go to my stock footage. I'll select all and I'll import. Okay, so as you can see, all my clips are numbered according to what I would like to use. Now, obviously for you, if you just want to use straight full-on clips and just cut it in between, you can do that. I'll show you how to cut and edit certain clips to make it more suitable for your B-roll or for your video. Okay, so once you are happy, just drag and drop the clip over. As you can see, there it is. It's now loaded into your timeline. Now, my stock footage or my footage does not have sound, which I prefer, because I will add in sound as we go along. Okay, so let's have a look, just a little playthrough. Cool. So again, I'm happy with that. That's like 3 seconds worth of your time. Cool. Add in the second clip, and now you can start arranging everything as to how you want your clips to go. So I've got that. Boom. Perfect. And number 3. Now notice some of my clips are actually in slow motion, or shot in slow motion, like this one over here. Now obviously I don't want it to be that slow, so I would actually want to speed it up a bit. So what we need to do is go to speed and duration, and then here you can play with the speed. So if you want to make it at 200 times the speed, then it will shorten the clip, but it will speed up the clip as well. So if I click OK now and I play through the video, you will notice my clip is a little bit faster. Okay, so that's fine, that's cool. Alright, let's import the next clip. And now you can start playing around with what you actually want to do. Okay, so I'm not going to take too much of your time off with having to import clips, because that's simple enough. Okay, so I'm just going to add a few more clips here, just bear with me. Okay, cool. So this is just a short tutorial on how to actually start off with your B-roll and how to progress in B-roll. Okay, now how you can actually make it so that it's actually worth your while to actually do. So you don't want to cram too many things into one clip, otherwise it will be oversaturated with effects and sounds, and it will just look sluggish and it will sound terrible. So I'll say the shorter the clip, the more you can do with it. Okay, so this one I want to speed up a little to 150. And then just drag that closer. And here I'm going to shorten the clip a little bit. So I'm play through 1. So 1 is enough for us, okay? Because we only want to see 1 slice of the tomato. Boom. And here, so we go 1 step back, right about there. So now we want to actually cut this clip. So you'll see there's a razor tool on your left hand side. Okay, and then line up the clip where you want to cut it, and just click on the edge where you want to cut it, and now you can remove the second part, and then bring the other clips back in, and select it all, and then just bring it back in towards the other clips. Awesome. So now we'll play it through. I'll speed up this one also to about 150 times the speed. Okay, and again we just want 1 playthrough, yes, so maybe 2, and then we'll cut that clip over there, remove the second part, and then bring the rest back in. And then for this, we'll speed this up to about 200, and then bring this one back in. Awesome. So now that you know how to align your clips, okay, now that you know how to align your clips and you are ready to do whatever it is that you want to do, let's start playing around with sound. Okay, so for the sound, what we will do is, if you've already downloaded your sound effects and you are happy with your sound effects, we can add in the sound effects. So the sound effects that I'm going to add in is, I want a sound effect for the gas griller, okay? And then I want a sound effect for this oil sizzle over here as he drops the oil into the pan. So I'm going to add those two, and then also I want a sound effect for the usage of this knife. Okay, so I'm going to use those three. So already have those three effects. So those two you can actually, I found it on YouTube. So you can go search on YouTube for sound effects of whatever it is that you are looking for if you can't find it within Mixkit. Okay, so for the gas stoves, I'll drag that down to the bottom layer over here where you see it's green. I'm going to drag that down to the bottom layer because that is my sound layer. Okay, so let's have a look. This thing is way too long. So let's just play that through. Okay, line it up. So there. So if I go back, so around about here. So the same thing I'm going to do with the sound clip. I'm going to cut it about there, and I'm going to delete the front part, and then just move clip in, and then cut from the back and delete. So now if you play it through, you've got that. Okay. So you can shorten the sound clip as well if you want to. It's completely up to you as to what you want to do with your sound clip. So I'll just leave mine like that. And then now for the oil sizzle, I'll drag that in, and I'm going to drag it next to that one. And again, we'll have a listen through to see where we find the proper spot where the oil just hits the pan, and then we cut the sound there. So I'm going to move the sound clip a little bit back, and a little bit more. And then I am going to cut my sound clip right about there, and then delete the backplate. So now if you have a listen through this, you've got one, boom, gas stove on, and then the oil sizzle. Perfect. Now I skip through, and then we want this knife slash that we want there. Okay. Now not all of the sounds will always sound perfect, but this is where we use music to mask certain sounds. Okay. So there, as you can hear, that's a little bit way too late. So we'll snap and cut it back, and that's here. That's a little bit still. Drag that back. Okay, so as you can see, the sound doesn't perfectly align up with what we are trying to do with a knife. However, again, we'll use music to hide that small detail. Okay, so just move that slightly across. Okay, perfect. And now, if the sound track is a little bit too loud, what you can do is you right click on the sound clip, go to audio gains, and here you can set the clip to a lower gain, say -2. That will soften the clip a little bit. Okay, perfect. So now, because we've got our sound and we've got everything, let's move over to, before we hit the music, let's move over to transitions. Now transitions can make your clip look a lot better than just having the clip switch from one point to another. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight all my clips. Okay, and then I'm going to move it one block up, Okay, and then I'm going to bring in um, transitions. Okay, and also transitions also have their own sound effects that you would want to use just to make it sound a little bit better. And so just for that, what we're going to do here is we're going to take these sound effects and move it 2 blocks down. Okay, so now again, these transitions that I'm going to be using in this clip you can find on Mixkit. It's all free to use, all free to download. So for the first one, this, I'm not going to do a transition. Over here, I want to do a transition, more like a zoom transition. I want to use for going from the gas stove over to the oil drill. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to import my transition and say import entire project. So when you're downloading transition files from Mixkit, you'll find that they'll give you the project file. If you drag and drop it into your composition, you can literally just find it like this, and it will actually just import the entire sequence for you. Okay, transitions, and let's say search. Okay, perfect. So now what we want to do is we want to drag this transition. We want to drag it over to our clip and just align it properly. Oops, sorry. Okay, so let me just do that again. Take our clip and align it properly. And then what you can do is just close all of that. So now when you play it through, you end up with that. Now, what we can do here is we can actually just delete the second part because we don't need it. Delete that, and delete that. So we are just left with the actual transition. Okay, so this transition here, you want the one side of the effects to be on the side of your one clip, and the other side, oops, sorry, and just make that a little bit slow, tiny, cool. And then what you want to do is you want to align, come on, here we go. You want to align your transition right between these two clips over here. Okay, so let's have a look, and then say set or scale to frame size so that you don't end up with any distortion. So if you play it through now, you've got a transition. Okay, here we go. So we will make one change to this and say set to frame size, and there we go. Perfect. Let's have a look. Yeah, set to frame size. Cool. So that is how you do transitions. Okay, so now you can add in transitions into your other clips as well and your other sections of the clip. So what we will do now is we will add some sound effects for the actual transition as well. Okay, so let's see if I can find one. Again, you can download sound effects on Mixkit. You can find literally anything there. Let's see. Cool. So I'm going to import this sound effect that I've got over here, and I'm just going to drag it in between these two, and now I'm going to play it through.
And that's how you edit or add in sounds for transitions, sound effects for the actual clips, and then lastly we'll end up with music. So let's have a play through it again. You've got the gas, transition, like that, and then you've got a knife slash, and here you can start playing around with other transitions as well. So let me do one more because I don't want to make this video too long. Let's do the knife slash. Okay, we do a import this. It's called a sideways zoom. You notice I love my zoom effects. That's a lot better than any other effect that you can actually get on Mixkit. Okay, so let's locate the files again. Transition, search, click OK. Perfect. And then drag that over to this little section over here. And then what you want to do is just select all, right click, and then set to frame size. Yeah, there's a small edit that we can actually do, which I think that will make it a lot better. Let's take the bottom part of this effect and drag it down below your clip. Okay, so let's have a look. Where is number one? There we go. So scroll all the way down to V1, select the bottom two and drag it down below your clip. That should, let's have a look here. If I push those two up and actually drag this one below that, let's see what happens. So now I've done something wrong. Let me just rephrase that. Cool. So this, again, this, how you play with the transitions and the sound effects and everything is completely up to you. Okay, and you can then start playing around with other techniques as well. But in all, this is how you put together a B-roll with sound effects and sound clips, transitions and transition effects, sound effects, etc. Cool. So once you are done with everything, in order to export your B-roll, what I want you guys to do is head over to File, click on Export, then Media. Then obviously what you would want, the system will select the highest possible quality depending on the footage that you have used. So from there you will click on the output name, you will give it a name, we'll call it B-roll tutorial. Alright, click save, and then from there all that you have to do is click export. Your encoder will run through, it will complete the export. Great. Once it's done, your B-roll should look like this. So if you guys have any questions or any comment, drop your comments down below in the comment section. Feel free to ask me questions. I will respond on those. And yeah, if you like the video, hit that like button, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more.
Okay, so we've done the tutorial and hope you guys are happy with the results. I mean, I'm happy with the results that we came up with in this short amount of time. Yeah, do us a favor. If you like this video or if you like the tutorial, press the like button and share it with your friends, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you guys can stay up to date with all the content that we push out. And remember, every like and every subscribe helps the channel to grow, and we won't be able to grow without you guys. So like this video, subscribe to the channel, and also share it with your friends so that they can see what it is that you guys are up to. Cool. Until the next video. Cheers, guys.